Hello everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Well, today I thought we would do something fun and kind of go a little old school, going all the way back to August of 2019. One of our very first videos, and the video was the top 5 worst quarterbacks in New York Giants history. Now, I'm not going to say much more about that, but I did want to talk about Daniel Jones for a brief second. Daniel Jones had a good rookie season. I think he exceeded expectations that most fans had of what he was going to do and what he was going to turn into. So I think going into year 2, we should go in with a little bit of excitement and a little bit of trepidation. Now, while I do not think he is going to be as horrid as some of these quarterbacks on our top 5 worst list, but I think that, like any other rookie quarterback, or should rephrase it, any other second-year quarterback, there is the potential for the sophomore slump, and there also is the potential that he is going to more than excel and more than meet expectations. I am hoping that it's going to be the latter, and he is going to excel and basically just blow us all out of the water, exceed all of our expectations, and be the quarterback that we all hope that he can be. So what we're going to do is for the next 7 minutes, I hope you'll sit back, relax, watch the early days of Online Big Blue going back to all the way, I think it was August of 2019. We did a top 5 list of the top 5 worst quarterbacks in New York Giants history. Yes, that is me in the video in my younger days of 9-10 months ago. And again, like I said, hopefully you'll sit back, you'll enjoy. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment, and I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the top 5 New York Giant quarterbacks who truly sucked. We are going to look at not only how they sucked on the field, but how their suckiness affected the franchise. We are going to start number 5 on the list with Kent Graham. Kent Graham out of Pittsburgh, what else can you say? Some will say, well, he had an 8-8 and 7-9 starting record in 2 seasons. Here's the problem. Every time I hear about that, I think of my favorite line in Bull Durham.
How'd we ever win 8? It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
To me, that pretty much sums it up. That man had 0 accuracy, could not hit anything beyond 6 feet away. He had a 52% completion record. Some will say that, well, he threw for 20 touchdowns, he threw for 20 interceptions. He also threw for 78.3 yards a game. Your starting quarterback cannot average 78.3 yards a game and win in the NFL. The way he affected the franchise as well is he and Danny Cannell, Dan Reeves thought he had something with both of these quarterbacks combined. Turned out he had nothing because they literally both sucked. So let's jump into number 4 on the list, my favorite, Joe Pisarcik. What can you say about Joe? Beyond the miracle of the Meadowlands, he truly sucked. If we take a look at his record, he was 18-19. That alone should get you on this list. He threw 18 touchdowns to 43 interceptions. That again should get you on this list. He went to Philadelphia after his time with us and sucked less, which should also get you on this list. Now let's remember though, on the miracle of the Meadowlands, that totally was not his fault. Yes, the fumble was, but he disagreed with the call of the offensive coordinator to hand the ball off to Zonka. He wanted to take a knee. Why he didn't audible out of it, that's another reason why he sucks. Number 3 on our list, and some people will find this shocking, is Duke's Dave Brown. Most people could play, well, he cost us a draft choice, the number 1 pick the next year. Yes, we took him number 1 overall in the supplemental draft. We were looking for a quarterback. We thought we found one. Turned out we didn't. Now let's take a look at that draft the next year. We would have picked 9th. Not the greatest draft in the world. We could have had Jerome Bettis, but you know what? Who knows if we would have taken him or not. But most people do not remember that number 40 in that year's draft, the 2nd round, we picked Michael Strahan. Hall of Famer, helped us get to a Super Bowl. Would we have picked Strahan in the 2nd round? Who knows? We don't know if we would have taken a defensive end in the 1st round. You can't tell. So you know what? I think in some ways we got a little bit lucky that we did not have that draft choice because it allowed us to pick Strahan. Most people also don't remember that Dave Brown had a winning record his first season. He sat his first 2, but his first season as starter he was 9-7. While again, that's not great and we didn't make the playoffs, he did have a winning record. If we take a look at some of his statistics, he started, let me look back on my chart here, he started 53 games. He won 23, lost 30. Not terrible for a starting quarterback. Not great as well, because he was supposed to be the franchise savior. He threw 40 touchdowns to 49 interceptions. Again, not terrible. He was sacked 150 times, which, if I remember properly, our offensive lines pretty much sucked just as bad as he did during those years. So while he is a bust as a number 1 draft choice, and he does suck, he does not suck as bad as many people think, because honestly, I think a lot of New York Giants fans do not think Giant history goes beyond 1995. There were other players beyond Dave Brown. Let's jump to number 2 on the all-time suck list. My favorite player, just kidding, Scott Bruner. Some people sit there and go, Scott Bruner, wait, he got us into the playoffs in 1981. No, he didn't. Rob Carpenter did. The Big Blue Wrecking Crew did. The Crunch Bunch did. They got us into the playoffs. Most people don't remember Phil Simms started 10 of those first games that year. So Bruner came in and handicapped the rest of the games. Again, a quarterback that was not accurate at all. Looking at my chart again, 48% of his passes completed. Again, that sucks. If you ever watched him play in person like I did, you could see how he could, again, like Ken Graham, not hit a barn from 6 feet away. And again, a lot of people say, well, the 81 playoffs. No, he didn't get us in the 81 playoffs again. Joe Danello kicked the field goal to get us into the playoffs after we missed a bunch of other ones, that would have given us the game, but he still kicked us into the playoffs. People will say, well, he won us the game in Philadelphia. No, again, Rob Carpenter, who ran for like 139 yards, almost 40 carries, won the game for us. Scott Bruner threw the ball 14 times that game. And yes, he did have 3 touchdowns, but you did only throw the ball 14 times, which is basically you're a clock manager in my mind. And one of the other true reasons that he really sucked was the 1983 season. He almost got Bill Parcells fired. Bill Parcells put his trust in Scott Bruner, and what happened? 3-12-1. Can't put it all on Bruner because Rutledge did play a couple games, but Bruner was the main starter. Simms came in for a little bit in Philadelphia, smashed his thumb after about 4 or 5 plays, but you know what? That was Bruner's season. Statistically, we'll take a quick look at Bruner again. Like I said, he completed 48% of his passes, 28 touchdowns to 48 interceptions. That alone should put you on the all-time suck list. Almost getting Bill Parcells fired, that keeps you number 2 on our list. Number 1 on our list, which a lot of people probably will not remember, Craig Morton. Craig Morton came over to the Giants in a trade with Dallas. We traded our number 1 draft choice for him. He was a good quarterback in Dallas. He battled that with Roger Staubach. He does have one of these over in Dallas. Fantastic. The Giants thought they were getting their savior. We got rid of Norm Snead. We figured we had Craig Morton now. We are going to move forward. Well, we moved forward into suckiness. Craig Morton's record as a Giant, 8-25. Let's take a look at the list again. 29 touchdowns to 49 interceptions. That alone and that record, you truly suck. Your quarterback rating is 60.4. You are in the depths of hell with that quarterback rating. But one of the reasons why you made number 1 on this list, Craig Morton, is who Dallas drafted with that number 2 draft choice. I should say number 2 overall number 1 draft choice in the first round, Randy White. Let's think about that for a minute. We traded the number 1 pick, which was number 2 overall, for Craig Morton, who sucked. They took Randy White. A couple years later, we turned around and traded Craig Morton over to Denver for our number 5 and a quarterback, I can't even remember the guy, Rams, I think his name was, who wasn't even on the team long enough. And what does he do in Denver? He anti-sucks. He plays well. He takes Denver to the Super Bowl. To me, that is one of the reasons you are number 1 on the all-time New York Giants suck list. Again, this is Tim Daniels. This is Online Big Blue. If you like what you see, please click the subscribe button below. Thank you.